This is my mom. She's going to be videoing.
Homelessness is the state of being unsheltered or lacking stable, safe, and adequate housing. Thousands of people around the country battle homelessness every day, and it has become a major problem. According to an article published in 2022 by Policy Advice named The State of Homelessness in the U.S., it states that the number of homeless people in the U.S. is estimated to be over 500,000. Just locally in New Orleans, there's people sleeping on the streets with not even enough energy to beg for food or money. And if you haven't experienced homelessness yourself, you have definitely seen the effect it has on other people. For example, just this past weekend, my girlfriend's family and I visited New Orleans for her birthday. As we walked down the street, we saw hundreds of people sleeping in cheap tents or even sleeping on the ground. But we walked past them without a second thought in our head. And to me, this felt so wrong. I needed to help these people. But then, I soon realized that I myself as one person couldn't help these people, let alone the 500,000 people sleeping on the streets across the country. Many say that the homeless should just get a job, but according to an article published in 2021 by Judy Ponyo named Why Are People Homeless?, it states that 25% of America's homeless population are employed, but do not make enough money to afford a place of their own. But how is the other 75% of the homeless population in America supposed to get a job when they do not have access to things like a phone, shower, transportation, clothing, or simple information like a phone number, an email, a social security card, a birth certificate, or even a bank account? Also, many of the homeless population in America suffer from mental disorders, which prevents them from bettering themselves, whether it comes to getting a job or seeking help. This point is verified by an article that was published in 2021 by Kalisa Shea, named The Homelessness Problem, which states 25% of America's homeless population suffers from severe mental disorders, while another 45% suffers from mental health issues. This concludes that the majority of the homeless population in the U.S. suffers from mental issues, which makes it even more difficult for them to get off the streets. And with all these problems, it seems nearly impossible to end homelessness in the U.S. But according to an article published in 2021 by Judy Ponyo named Why Are People Homeless?, it states that countries like Finland and Japan have eradicated homelessness. These countries have managed to reduce their homeless population to almost 0% by implementing groundbreaking policies. So even though regular people like you and me cannot implement groundbreaking government policies, we can invest in nonprofits like the National Alliance to End Homelessness. This organization's mission is to use data and research to determine which policies will have the greatest impact for the time, money, and effort invested. This practical, data-driven approach leaves policymakers with the understanding that investing in solutions to homelessness produce significant results. Looking at needs across the country, as well as existing opportunities, the Alliance identifies policy priorities and seeks to move them forward. Some ways the National Alliance does this is by working with national, and local partners to engage them in policy activities, promoting nonpartisan approaches that cross ideologies, and supporting approaches that work based on research done in the field. So even though this problem seems too big for one person to tackle on their own, you can always donate to the National Alliance to End Homelessness and change thousands of people's lives forever. And lastly, homelessness is getting worse and worse in the U.S. every day. Thousands of people sleeping on the streets with mental disorders have no way of getting help and no way of getting better. No one person can make a change on their own, so donate to the National Alliance to End Homelessness to invest in the help these people so desperately need. You can donate at charitynavigator.org by searching National Alliance to End Homelessness and contribute whatever amount you would like. And remember, when you go to donate, that you have the ability to change over 500,000 people's lives that live on the streets and allow them to lead meaningful lives again.